Welcome back to Apex Sci-Fi. In the interstellar community, biological warfare is considered the ultimate taboo. But on Xylos V, the planet itself was the weapon. The atmosphere was saturated with the ether spore, a microscopic fungal life form that, upon contact with most nervous systems, triggered immediate, violent, and permanent hallucinations. For most species, Xylos V was a nightmare realm where your own mind became your executioner. The Zencal Praetorian fleet didn't care. They were masters of sterile technology. They landed their clean legions in triple-sealed, hermetic environmental suits. They had the best filters money could buy and AI-assisted neurostabilizers to keep their soldiers sane. The planet is a biological hazard, the Zencal Archon stated as his troops marched into the purple glowing forests. But our technology is a fortress. The humans hiding in these jungles will be madmen within the hour. We simply need to walk in and collect the remains. The Archon was half right. The planet was a hazard. But he didn't understand the dirty biology of Earth. While the Zencal filters worked for a while, the spores were persistent. They found microscopic cracks and seals. They clung to the suits and hitchhiked into airlocks. One by one, the Zencal soldiers began to see things. They saw their shadows grow teeth. They saw the trees turn into screaming ancestors. The Clean Legion turned into a chaotic mess of friendly fire and panicked screaming. Then, out of the purple mist, the humans appeared. Captain Elias Ironlung Vance led the 4th Terran Rangers. They weren't wearing triple-sealed power armor. They were wearing ruggedized fatigues and simple, industrial-grade charcoal respirators. To the Zencal, who were currently watching the sky turn into a giant, biting eye, the humans looked like demons. Vance stepped over a Zencal soldier who was curled in a fetal ball, weeping and firing a pulse pistol at a bush. "Check your filters, boys," Vance said, his voice calm over the comms. "The pollen count today is a bit high. Makes my eyes itch." One of his corporals shrugged, reloading a kinetic rifle. "Better than hay fever season back in Kentucky, Cap. At least these spores don't make me sneeze as much." The secret to human survival on Xylos V wasn't our masks. It was our metabolic chaos. Humans evolved on a world where everything was trying to poison us. We eat fermented cabbage for fun. We drink ethanol to relax. We spend our lives breathing smog, pollen, dander, and industrial chemicals. Our livers are the most aggressive filtration systems in the known galaxy, and our brains are already wired to handle a baseline of chemical interference. To an alien, the ether spore was a mind-shattering toxin. To a human, it was just a slightly annoying allergy. The Zencal garrison at the primary research spire was in total meltdown. The soldiers were shooting at the walls, convinced the metal was melting into spiders. Vance and his rangers walked through the front gate. They didn't need stealth. The guards were too busy fighting invisible monsters to notice the actual soldiers walking up the driveway. "Targets identified," Vance said, aiming his rifle. "They're tripping too hard to return fire. Secure the console. Let's get the data and get out of this trippy greenhouse." A Zencal officer, his helmet cracked, staggered toward Vance. He looked at the human, at the steady, unblinking eyes behind the simple respirator, and screamed, How are you not seeing the Void Screamer? He is standing right behind you." Vance looked over his shoulder at a purple tree. "That's a fern, buddy. And you really need to work on your immune system." He tapped the alien on the head with the butt of his rifle, knocking him out. The battle for Xylos V wasn't a fight, it was an intervention. The humans moved through the psychedelic hellscape with the bored efficiency of janitors. We took the planet, the research, and the prisoners without losing a single man to the mind fever. When the Zencal survivors were eventually repatriated, they were broken. They couldn't understand how a species could walk through a literal mental apocalypse and complain about itchy eyes. The Galactic Council's biological report on humanity was updated that year with a terrifying new footnote. Humans possess a Tier 1 metabolic resilience. Their history of environmental exposure and recreational poisoning makes them virtually immune to standard psychoreactive biological agents. Do not attempt to use chemical or biological weapons on humans. They will likely just find the smell unpleasant and kill you anyway. Humanity had proven the ultimate metabolic HFY truth. Our world is dirty, our air is messy, and our bodies are built to handle the grime. If you want to drive a human mad, you'll have to do better than a few purple spores. This has been Apex Sci-Fi. We've survived worse in a basement at a college party. If you enjoyed this victory of human biology over alien fragility, hit that like button. Comment below. What's the worst thing you've ever been allergic to? Subscribe for the next Front of the Boots of Terra. The kinetic wall. The mist is thick. The Rangers are moving.